Wedding Talk with Mindi and Carol, your insider guide to trends, tips, and stress-free planning.
Hi, I'm Carol.
And
Hello.
I'm Mindy. Welcome to Destination Wedding Talk with Mindy and Carol. Between Carol and myself, we do about 50 destination weddings a year. And so, welcome to the podcast. And we are really excited because we have Daniel Arakaki from Arakaki Photography. He is an amazing photographer based
Mhm.
in Cancun. So, Daniel, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you for your invitation. I'm very glad to be with you guys. Thank you so much,
Yeah, we are so
Mindy and Carol.
excited. And Carol, and everybody listening, I work with Daniel a lot with my couples, and he does an amazing job with
Mhm.
photography. In fact, I was on location with one of my couples a couple of months ago, and Daniel was shooting another one of my couples' weddings. So it was really nice just seeing him in action. And his pictures are wonderful. They tell a beautiful story, but looking at him taking the pictures was also fascinating in
Uh-huh.
itself. And
Thank
just the
you.
magic that goes into having a professional photographer capturing your wedding day photos. And I tell this to my couples all the time. You're going to walk away with your memories of the day, but the only thing that you're really going to have to look back on from years to come is your photographer. So while you're doing your wedding budget and looking at all the different things that you want for your wedding, don't forget about the photography. In my opinion, that extra splurge is definitely worth it with photography. And, Carol and I've talked about this before on some different episodes that many resorts do charge an outside vendor fee if
Yes.
you're not using the resort photography team. And honestly, if you can find it in that budget, that outside vendor fee is worth it 1000% hands down because again those memories and having that photographer you know capture those pictures for you is going to look a lifetime. And I tell my couples too, like, I could be looking at something, Carol could be looking at something, we're going to take the picture the same way or take the same picture, but the way I might set my camera up and lighting and adjustments may be completely different than she may do it. And we're just talking with like iPhones here, nothing professional.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's where having that professional photographer comes into play. So, Daniel, I'm so excited to just talk to you a little bit. And I got to see you in action as I said, with Sam and John's wedding, but like, what are some of the ways you make the couples feel relaxed? Because like, especially like they're just so nervous the day of the wedding, but then you just have a way of getting them to relax and do these pictures that they're just stunning. So what are some tips and tricks that you do to relax your couples?
Well, actually, I always try to have a previous conversation, like a Zoom meeting, for example, or a phone call. That's the best way to meet your couples, and also that's the best way for them to meet the people who are gonna be with them for many hours. Um, I mean, for instance, a planner is gonna be even if they hire an external planner, they will see her or he just not for many hours, but we're gonna stay with them from the getting ready ceremony, the photo session. We gotta guide them. We gotta tell them what to do, to move them to go to a certain location or venue inside the resort. So yeah, I always try to make contact very in advance. Uh, like Zoom meetings, calling, WhatsApp messages, and also on the same day. I try to talk. I know it's a long day for the wedding couple, so I try to be in the most um, happy way.
Mhm.
It's a happy day for them, but also it's a long way. It's a long day, sorry. So yeah, that's the best way to get in touch, to contact the wedding couple.
Yeah, and the nice thing, like with you doing those Zoom meetings and everything ahead of time, is like by the time they see you in person, it's like, oh, like we're friends already. It's like
Yeah.
running into a friend. So that helps ease the couple as well versus somebody maybe walking out from the resort photography team being like, hey, I'm here to shoot your wedding. They're already building that rapport and relationship with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a lot of times at the resorts when they do the on-site resort photographer, they haven't even met that person. They
mhm.
don't meet that person until approximately the day before. They may have been emailing and things like that, but they've never really had a conversation with them. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, and we also get in touch after the wedding day because we got to deliver photos and videos. And we always say, okay, here's your video about, hey, how you doing? How was the party last night? How was everything going last day? I mean, how's your honeymoon going right now? So where are you traveling now? We always get in touch. We always try to have a conversation because um, the people who get married, of course, they are happy people. They feel very, very good here. So for me, it's a nice chance to meet people like that. And yeah, my friends, the friends who work with me on the wedding day, because we usually work with another photographer, a two videographer, they're very easygoing. We are very kind. So we try to get that contact with the couple, and not only the couple, also the guests. That's very important. The bridesmaid, the groomsmaid, the mother of the bride, right? The mother of the groom. They're very important people. We always take care of that also.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I know many times when I start working with couples and we start to talk about photography, and Carol, probably her couple is the same thing. And my couples will always be like, oh, I'm looking at photography packages. And do you think I really need to do a first look? Now, I think they should do a first look. I think it's really special. But from a photographer's point of view, what's your take on the first look?
Mm, some people, some couples are very traditional. Some couples say, no, I don't want. I want him. I mean, the groom to look at me once on the aisle on the ceremony. But I always try to tell them the good points. The good points are once you meet your couple before ceremony, if you are feeling like anxious or a little bit nervous, everything goes down
Hmm.
for sure. You will release that. You will feel more relaxed, of course. This is the first point. Also, you will get more photos, of course. We will take advantage to cover more venues of the resort. Some resort had many, 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 many locations inside for photos, not only the beach. So many got the lobby, etc. Beautiful gardens that during the photo session portion, sometimes a little bit short or rushed to go around all of them. So if we get a first look, like before ceremony, we can cover those locations. So as a customers, the wedding couple will get more photos or more video footage, which is very important for them, right? Yeah, so I really, really recommend to have a first look. That's something that I would say that probably 99% of my wedding couples are choosing for that. I'm very glad of that because of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very special moment because,
Exactly.
you know, when you're going down that aisle and that ceremony is starting and there's your guests all around, there's just so much going on. So I really do think that first look really does give you that time to really take that deep breath in and just be like, wow, this is happening, and spend that special time, with your future spouse.
Yeah, and
Um,
also, sorry, and also for people, for couples who are a little bit shy, that's very important because they can read their own vows just in an intimate moment, just the two of them, instead of reading in front of everyone, all the guests. Some couples, some previous couples has asked, some have requests to read their vows, during the first look because of that, because they don't want anybody else to hear, right? Because they are
mhm,
very special, very
Idea.
intimate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
so it's a beautiful moment for sure.
yeah. So, like, when it comes to wedding photos, various resorts, they do weddings at various times of day. Is there a time of day that you recommend, like, that is better than others just because maybe like the lighting or the sun?
Yes, for sure. Late afternoon here in Cancun, well, Riviera Maya or Playa del Carmen, the sun is very hot, it's very bright, it's very humid. It is beautiful, right? It is beautiful background, but I always suggest late afternoon. Sometimes some resorts set their ceremony at 2, 3 o'clock. I always encourage my couples, okay, that is not a good time. If you can push the resort to move it a little bit later, like at 5 or even 6 nowadays, June, July, best time for me is if you ask me what time will be better to have the ceremony, I will say 6 o'clock. Then we have enough daylight until 7:40 approximate. So ceremony, which is usually mostly symbolic, takes just 20 minutes. That means that after that, we got like 70 more minutes for photos, like for group photo, wedding party, bridesmaid, groomsmen, family, and of course the newlyweds. But if you set it now, June, July at 6 o'clock, you will feel more comfortable, not sweating, not squinting on the ceremony, not doing like this
Wiping your makeup off that you just spent
yeah.
all this money to get done.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see the guests with the fans like this all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you set it at 6 o'clock nowadays, but if you're going, for example, I would say like October, November, or January, February, best time to 5 o'clock for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always try to advise my couples too, let's do the latest time available. This
Mhm.
way
Yeah.
also you, especially for like the brides, you have your day, you can get up in the morning, spend time with your girls, spend the
Yes.
time getting your hair and makeup done, and just enjoy all of the day that it has to offer. And versus like, hey, I want to get married at 11 o'clock in the morning and we have the reception and by 2 o'clock everybody's in the pool, it's
Well,
like
yeah, this
crazy.
No.
they don't realize how long it takes in the daytime to,
Yeah, and then
well,
this way you go
everything. I
into your
mean, yeah, between, even though you start maybe at noon with your flowers and your hair and your makeup and all that, you're still waiting for your flowers to be delivered, all that stuff, dress being delivered, all your things need to be delivered that day. And rushing it in the morning, I mean, the only ones you have to do in the morning are, of course, the South Asians. Sometimes you have to do it in the morning. But other than that, yeah, that's just crazy to do it too early in the day.
Yeah, have your day, go into your evening reception, like take advantage of the full day.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, what is your favorite part of the wedding day? Do you have a special
Oof.
part that you like the most?
I like it. I like it all the moments, honestly. Honestly, I like it all the moments. I will say, well, the thing that every time is very special. For example, getting ready, it is nice. Sometimes the bridesmaid first look with the bridesmaid or with their mom or father. So that's very touching, right? Very important. I already have talked about the first look with the groom, with your partner or with your couple. It is very special ceremony. I like it because we are not like guiding, we are more like documenting. We are very free to move around the location to take different angles, to see their guests, right? Sometimes they are like crying, uh, something like it's very touching. The session we love because we are very free to create like artistic photos, to go and find the best lighting or the best location and the best angle of the couples, right? The reception, come on, it's a party. So everybody is very happy, having fun, first dance. It's a mix of party, of touching moments, happiness. So every moment is very special. Every moment is
Yeah.
very special, honestly.
I always wonder because, it seems like, everybody thinks of the same pictures for every wedding. Is there a certain picture you think is more important that's not just out of the ordinary?
Mm, all photos are important, all moments are important, but it depends of the wedding couple. Sometimes, for example, they're coming with grandparents, so they want to have photos with grandparents. We all know because, right, because they're old people, so they want to have them in their memories of the wedding day, right? Or for some people, very important, the first dance, the dance of the bride with her father. So yeah, so all photos are very important. If you like to have a complete documentation of your wedding day, even the getting ready is very, very important to have even taking photos of their dress, because as you mentioned, photos will last forever. Honestly, it's not. It sounds a little bit like a kitsch word, but yeah, if only photos and video will last forever. That's the only way you will remember how your dress was looking on that day, how your friends, your bridesmen, groomsmen were before the ceremony start, when they start doing a champagne toast or just having fun around the place where they're getting ready. So all photos are very important. But of course, some customers or brides or some groups have a different request that we are open to make them, of course.
I think it's very important. A lot of times, I think couples, they get so caught up in the moment and spending the time celebrating everything, the day just becomes a big blur. I mean, to be honest, and then when they go back and look at the pictures, they're like, "Oh, I remember that." Because you get so busy and you're trying to, actually entertain your guests as well as trying to enjoy your day, that you kind of forget, and those pictures that you're taking do bring back that whole day in full.
Yes, exactly. And that's we are there to document everything. So as you say, some wedding couple say, "Hey, I didn't remember that," and when they see the photos,
Exactly. It's like, I don't remember doing that. Yeah.
Yes.
We as when we're on resort, we remember a lot of things that they probably don't remember, right? Anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes the small details make they can tell the huge picture of what happened on the wedding day. Yeah.
Cool.
So when couples reach out to you to secure you for their wedding and you have your Zoom meetings and everything, one of the questions I know we always get asked is about timelines. So do you provide kind of a timeline for the couples, or is it best to have them put the timeline together?
I will say both. I mean, I always ask if they already got I always ask about their ceremony time, the starting time, reception starting time. So basing on that, I can do our photo and video timeline. But I always do some suggestion, as mentioned. If for example, they say my ceremony is at 3 o'clock, I will say, okay, better do it at 5 or 6, right? And based on that, we do our timeline. We always try to keep at least for getting ready moments, at least like 90 minutes. Okay. For photo session, well, sometimes we got a short time because they got a cocktail hour. We always try to spend the most of the cocktail hour doing the photos for the photo session. And yeah, so it is so from both sides. So what they already have planned with the hotel wedding department, I will add my suggestions on that.
Perfect. And another question I get all the time from couples is, they're doing these destination weddings, and when people think, oh, a destination wedding, the ceremony is automatically going to be on the beach or, see the water, but maybe they fell in love with a garden location. And the question like couples ask is, well, if I don't get married on the beach, can I still get pictures done on the beach? So, like, as a photographer, I think I kind of know the answer, but I'd rather you say it. Like, so if someone gets married in a garden, they want pictures on the beach. Can you still take them down to the beach
Of
and do
course,
pictures?
of course. And we always say, I mean, if you're traveling miles away to come here, spending many months planning, why not going on the beach? Some people say, especially brides, some people, because they are wearing heels, take them off. Let's go barefoot. Let's do a few photos. And let's capture this, right? I mean, this background you won't have it back home, right?
Yeah.
So let's take advantage of this. Of course, yeah, we always try our best to. Uh, oh, of course, it depends sometimes of the logistics. Some resorts are very large, so we got to take a car probably. But we always try to get in touch with the planners to get their assistance of this on that matter. So yeah, the idea is to get some photos on the beach for sure. Yes.
How far in advance do you feel that the couple needs to reach out to you to secure a date with you? I'm sure you're into 2028 already, but I'm just curious. How far out do you need to plan?
For me, I will say for any vendor, I will say the best is at least a year. I mean, 10, 14 months, I will say is the best time for any vendor, I will say. We are pretty busy. This place, this area, Cancun, Riviera Maya, is very famous and well known for weddings. The wedding industry is huge here in this area, and it's growing. It's growing up for sure. So most of the vendors will have some events already booked. Well, many events booked for example, I got many days already booked for 2027. In my case, I work on all of them. I mean, if somebody asks for a date who is already booked, I will have to say sorry, I'm not able to make it. I won't say I won't say somebody else to cover myself. I'll do all. I take care of all the ways by myself, because this is about taking care of the customer, right?
Mhm.
Yep. And also being a small business, you want to keep your name as is.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't have this is not like company like some in-houses like from the resort in-houses that got hundreds of photographers going around. I'm not like that. I want to do like a customized, very personalized service, not only here at home, sending the emails and answering or replying or get in touch by phone, but of course on the wedding day, which is the most important. I mean, we have been in touch months before with the customers. So the idea is our priority is to be with them as well on their wedding day, not sending somebody else. So answering your question, I will say 10, 14 months is very important in advance to start booking all the vendors for sure.
Yeah. So when couples want to reach out to you, you also, besides photography, offer videography as well, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
So do you offer any kind of combo packages of photography and videography, or are they separate components?
Yeah, we got the options of photography coverage, like for intimate weddings, like 4 hours, and for large weddings, like 6, 8 hours. And also we got a photo plus video packages that also we include for free. We include the drone service, which is very nice, to have
I
some
love the
aerial
drones,
views.
yeah.
Yes. I have teamed with nice and very talented videographers. They have, wow, like 16 years experience. I think we met in 2010 here working. So they have the same experience, 16 years experience as me. And they're very talented. Yeah, we do have photo and video packages as well.
So you're a one-stop shop, which is great for couples that are just looking to work with a particular vendor to handle everything for them as far as the photography and videography go. You mentioned the drone. And I know certain resorts that at least I've run into where they're not allowing the couples to do the drones. Are you running into that at all in Cancun?
Some do not, because that's something. Okay, some do ask for a certain permission, but those permissions, for example, are only for big drones.
Okay.
Okay, so the ones that we use for weddings, they are not the big. It got specific ways that at least the Mexican
Oh,
law
Laws
Mexican law
allow.
allows
allows,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
A little bit of a
it's a
tongue
certain
twister there.
size. It's a certain size that has to be used, and then you don't have to meet the obligations of saying, no, you can't use it.
Exactly. Or some also that federal policy does not allow to fly drones around where airports are. So of course resorts are not close by those
No.
by airport. So yeah, and some others do not allow because of the privacy of their guests. Because I think that happened years ago that some customers claimed that they were filmed by Sandro. Well, I don't know what happened there, but yeah. So some resorts have like a very restricted rules, but probably it's just 5 out of 100 resorts. So most of them do allow. Mhm.
Gotcha.
How
Gotcha.
do you feel about when your guests want to reach out to you? How do they reach out to you for an appointment? Do you do everything through your website? Do you do a phone number? How can you be reached?
Honestly, most of the weddings I have, for example, this year, most of them have been because word to mouth,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
From recommendation from past brides. Also, I work with very good planners and travel agents like you. Yeah, so that's mostly I have the leads from potential customers.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes on Facebook, on social media. I'm not very good on social media, honestly. I'm not a kind of person who is streaming or doing. I don't have TikTok, for example, right? I don't like to be, hey. But I like to show my work. I rather show my work. I rather my work speak instead of me talking. But yeah, most of the weddings I'm covering right now is because somebody else's recommendations, like a bride mostly.
That's
So
awesome.
that means, for me, that means a lot. That means that bride was absolutely happy with my work. So happy that she is recommending with somebody else that she doesn't know, right?
Yeah,
So I'm very happy for that.
that's awesome.
Yeah. But you do have a website that they can reach out to you. Is it arakakiphotography.com?
Exactly. It is arakakiphotography.com. That's my main website. Also, you can find me on Instagram as Arakaki Photography as well. And on Facebook, Arakaki Photography.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I will say, Daniel, this is kudos to you because I know, as I said, like I introduced you to like all my couples, just for them to kind of talk to an outside photographer because I'm really big on, find it in your budget to pay that outside vendor fee. You're going to be so happy in the end. But you are so responsive. Like,
Amazing.
I can send you an email with an intro, and like within minutes, he's responding, which is great. I'm like, oh, he's one of those people that works 24/7 like I do.
I'll do my best to reply. Of course, if I'm doing a wedding or a session shooting, I won't, my priority is to be on that
Right,
time with
right.
my customer. But next time morning, I will do my best to reply. Yeah, I'm very responsive, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's great because like there's some vendors it's like I reach out to, it's like second, third, hello, do you want this business? And that follow-up is such like so important. Like that first impression, like
Well, and
I
I think
know.
I think so too. I think that, I mean, we all really get busy and I totally get it. But I think if you just respond to them and, say, I'm sorry, I'm not available at this point in time. I got your email. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. That is a lot better response than not responding at all.
yeah,
Right, right, right. Part of the business, I mean, I'm a photographer in my case, right? Part of the business, of course, is taking photo, but I will say that probably 50% is be responsive, answering emails, answering. I mean, wedding couples have love a question, which is good, which is understandable. They are going to another country, so they got many questions, not only regarding the photo, because always, I'm not a planner, of course, but I have worked on many resorts. I know some resorts have different rules. For example, the fee, right? Some resorts allows to waive it, but having 3 nights reservation for the vendors, etc., whatever. So however you can help that person, it is good. It talks good, right? It's when you are on the opposite way, when you are a customer, you ask for something, any help, and you get good assistance, you say, I'll go with that person,
Yeah.
right? So I will say that customer, how to say,
Customer service.
service, exactly. Customer service, I would say is 50% of the job for sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that's the same thing with us. Like people will say to us, oh, all you do is travel. And it's like, no, like the travel part is we're at these resorts learning about the resorts. We're not sitting on the beach or the pool. Like we're with the wedding teams and learning. But people don't understand we're also running businesses and all the other things that go along with a business.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I always tell them, I'm always like, it's more exhausting to go to these conferences than it is to stay in my office. And they're like, what? And I'm like, seriously, I said, you don't understand. We are on their dime from 8 in the morning until sometimes 10:30 at night. Then we go back to our room and we answer our emails and everything else that we didn't get answered in between time. I said, it's actually really exhausting. It is.
It is, but at the end, it's beautiful.
Yes. You learn.
It's better than so many other jobs for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, for
I
Absolutely.
always say
Yeah.
my coffee tastes better in the morning looking at the ocean than anywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Yeah, absolutely.
So when brides, or I shouldn't say brides, when couples reach out to you initially, do you see a pattern of the same questions over and over again that they're asking?
I'll be honest. Right nowadays, I think the more people are kind of worry about the fee because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, a fee was only 250, 300, and nowadays some of them are 1,500. It's like, wow. Yeah, so basically it's that is one of the questions that I receive more or most. This is something that it is now in our hands since we don't work with a resort. Of course, we always try to give a hand. I can give a discount, for example. Actually, we always have like a seasonal offering, seasonal discount. For example, nowadays we have during July we have a discount for in our packages. But also always try to explain that the if they make a reservation for us through the room block, you can waive the fee. Sometimes it is more affordable. I would say please work with a travel agent because travel agents like you are very helpful on those cases to get a better rates for the rooms, depending of the season or the hotel availability. But I would say work with a travel agent. They know more how to solve it. And at the end will be more convenient for you, right? But yeah, most of the questions are about that. I know it's about budget, and it's totally understandable. I mean, to planning a wedding abroad, it's not the same that having a wedding at home, right? So they have to see. Sometimes they see a new expenses at the end that they didn't plan, especially the ads. They have to go with the hotel decoration. I know
Yeah.
extra fees that
Yeah,
sometimes
extra
it's not in their
fees.
contract,
Yeah.
right? So at the end, most of the question now, basically, I remember at the beginning it was how many photos do I get? How long does it take to have the photos back, etc., etc. But mostly right now is because of the fees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay?
So let's do some girl math here because I love girl math. I've been using girl math before that became a term. But like, so when you're working with an experienced travel advisor like Carol and I, first of all, some resorts will charge you a fee whether or not that photographer is staying on site for the 3 nights or more. But some will waive that fee if that photographer is staying on resort for 3 nights or more. So this is where my girl math is coming into place. So if you're working with an experienced agent like Carolyn and myself, we know which resorts are going to also allow that fee to be waived if the photographer's there, but which resorts are also giving you the best perks and concessions. And when I say a perk and concession, it can be like for every 10 rooms, your 11th room is free. So in girl math, you can look at it as yes, you may be paying for that room for the 3 nights to have Daniel and his crew there, but on the back end, you're getting reimbursed for that. So
Especially
it's
if they're
really
not.
not costing you anything when you look at it that way.
Yeah, if that's on the edge of by adding that extra room for you for 3 nights, that's giving them a comp that they wouldn't have gotten. Well,
Yeah.
basically that's paid for any kind of fee, and basically it's free.
Yeah. Girl math.
Yeah, you just
Right.
yeah. There's always there's always things in there. It's never a given because it's all based on numbers, as we all know. Everything's based on numbers, but if you know that you're going to be at that level, that's where you make that decision. Do I pay that outside vendor fee, or do I take the extra 3 nights? And that's there again, working with the travel agent, travel planner, your planner, they should be able to help you tell you which way is the better way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Mhm.
So, well, anything else you want to share, Daniel, like that people should look for when they're reaching out to various photographers?
Right. I think that it's something I recommend, for example, to anybody who's getting married here, is to have a previous conversation with your photographer. Remember, as I think I already said that photographer can be with you many hours on your wedding day, for sure. Right next to you, right next to you when you're getting ready. He's gonna guide you on the first look. He's gonna be around ceremony. He's gonna guide you on the photo session. He's gonna be around the reception on the first time. He's gonna tell you. Sometimes we plan where to put even the cake for the cutting cake, or where to place a bride for the garter. Sorry, for the bouquet tools, for example. So we always are next to the wedding couple. So it's very, very important to get in touch, to get familiar with the photographer, and to bring all the information to them. Something I always suggest, as mentioned, is to get a good travel advisor like you guys. That solve many of the concerns that wedding couple may have during the planning, during those, let's say, 10 months or even 2 years planning. Some people plan like sometimes like 2 years. So sometimes they got many questions about the rules, how to secure, right? So I would say get a nice travel advisor like you guys. So that solves a lot of concerns. So yeah, so basically I always recommend that to a planners, to the customers, to the wedding couples.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So-
Appreciate that very much, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, they can DIY a lot of that stuff, and it just causes them more stress and more headaches than they even need to know.
Yeah.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The more relaxed you are, the better you will look in the photos, for sure.
100%.
That's true.
100%.
That's something we cannot hide. That's
Yeah.
something we cannot hide. So yes.
All right. Well, we want to take this time and thank you for joining us today.
Thank
You
you.
know, we'll make sure that we send you a link so that you can pass it on your social media as well. We do get them uploaded. It'll probably be uploaded next week for,
Oh,
going out on that. We usually get it uploaded. I appreciate your time. Mindy, do you have anything to add?
No, I just want to say thank you again, Daniel, for hopping on with us this morning. We really do appreciate it. And guys, if you listen to this, please go check out Daniel's website because I think you will be so surprised at how beautiful his photography is and just just how he is here on the podcast, just real calm and easygoing. That's exactly how he is in person. And that calmness really does help you on your wedding day. So please go look at his work. If you need Carol and I to get you in touch with him, we can send an introduction email. But again, Daniel's work is amazing. I have not had anybody in all the years that I've been doing this come back to me and say, we did not love our photography. Like it really is beautiful work that he does. So
oh,
Daniel,
thank you.
thank you for the partnership. I really do appreciate you.
No, thank you, thank you. It was a pleasure. I really like to be here. Okay, I was nervous at the beginning, but I really like to talk with you. It was a pleasure meeting you, Carol. I'm very glad to see you again,
Nice to
Mindy.
meet you.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Mindy and I will put this up on our podcast, and I'm not sure when we're going to get our next one up, but we'll get this one out this next week. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, our website, and I believe Mindy's in charge of our TikTok. Anything else, Mindy?
Yeah, if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, you can just email us at weddingtalk@gmail.com.
Yes. Well, yeah,
I don't check it too often, so I don't know.
yeah, and we haven't had like a wealth of people saying, "Hey, I want to come talk to you." So we're hoping for more. Yes.
Yeah, and leave us a comment on the comment sections in the podcast and let us know any of your thoughts, comments, and if you've checked out Daniel's photography. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'd really do appreciate you.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more wedding inspiration and tips. Visit us at destinationweddingtalk.com for resources and updates. And as always, send us your questions to Mindi and Carol. We love hearing from you. Join us again next week for the latest episode of Wedding Talk with Mindi and Carol. Until then, happy planning.